Sitting here in my apartment sipping not plain fucking water, because why would I drink plain water? It's not nourishing or hydrating. It doesn't taste good. And I don't like doing things that are a waste of my time, which is kind of what this video is all about. I'm about to go out and walk around in this huge swell of a storm that's rolled through here, which is kind of cool because we don't get a lot of storms. But also doing some tax things and then getting ready for Zooms for the week. Got some info sessions this week. These are clutch because these people have either done a program with me, been exposed to the concepts and principles, understand exactly what I'm talking about. Now they're going on their own and they've hit a snag, or they're experimenting and just want to run something by me, or they're feeling something that's novel and they just want to share. Or they have my book and they're trying to tackle the principles in there, not the how to check the box kind of approach. But digging deep in the principles of it, and then they want to regroup and see, or they just want to see what the fuck I'm talking about on social media and how the hell I could be speaking how I'm speaking, or why I'm speaking the way I am about things, and they just have further questions and they want to experience my time together with each other, one-on-one, instead of a comment, a Hail Mary comment or a DM. But Cassie's supplement post upset a lot of people, which is hilarious. And then a lot of the coaches are coming out that you don't need supplements to heal, and they're freaking out and they're like shuttling everyone back to their pages, which isn't interesting. And then coming at me or coming at her, and it's just unbelievable that they think we're not sitting right next to each other sharing this, but they're just extra opportunities for me to block, for her to do whatever she does. But I will block the practitioners or anybody who's coming onto our pages needing to be disrespectful for any reason when we're offering up stuff. And if you have a question, schedule an appointment. Simple as that. But based on my latest posts of all the things that I keep talking about, all the accounts I don't follow, all the buzzwords that I'm trying to warn you about for you to just experiment on your own and see why they wouldn't hold true. Why is that possible? Okay. All the techniques I don't participate in, all the gadgets I don't own, all the treatments I will never get, all the supplements I will never take, all the programs I will never do, all the gyms and facilities I will never go to, all the private practices I will never show up at. How can I say these things? How is it possible? If there's one thing with me, I need to experience for myself. I need to test something. So that's what I've done in over coming up on 22 years now. Test. Everybody wants to be a mentor, be mentored by Cassie and I. You don't want to be mentored. You just want to be able to speak what we're saying, but you want it in the free, cheapest, and quickest way possible. You don't want a mentor, and that's what mentors have become. It's hijacking. It's like falling ass backwards into becoming a student or an expert of whatever kind. I'm just starting to dig into stuff, going 21 years into this thing, coming up on my 22nd year. So if you want me to mentor you, go read everything I've read, go read everything I've posted, go try everything for 6 to 12 months, each technique, each thing, even the things I contend with. Go do those things. After 20 years, come back to me and let's see what we got. And we'll discuss some things. But nobody does that anymore. There's no craft anymore. It's this instantaneous expert society, and it needs to stop. But along the lines of me testing things, I got to test them because then I know what truth is behind it, because my body won't lie. And I will be very, very clear with what works and what doesn't, because I want it to work. And if it's not working, I'm going to know it's not working, and I'm going to be pissed off, and I'm going to move along. I'm not going to sit here and hold on to something that's not working and be like, but it did for like 2 months, and it did when it was hot, and it did when I was happy, and it did for my foot, but not my shoulder and spine, and it did for... No, I need the whole. I need true. I need what fucking works. And so then when I go into you, don't get all upset, or if you get upset at my post, great, that means we're on to something. Or if I trigger you in some way, great, go down that hole, go down that path, and go see why you got upset. Because if it's working, you're not going to be combing my page. You're not going to be go seeking out the next pages, the next book, the next thing. It just works. So you've got so much life to live. You don't have time to spend digging for information on social media because maybe it's not working. And so there's two questions to ask yourself with your approach. And I keep saying this: does it make sense, and is it working? Does it make sense? Everybody's breaking down things and hijacking words and stealing verbiage and scripts and copy and pasting things that everyone sounds the same. The case in point, all symptoms are healing. Everybody says that, but they only say it around the flu or they only say it around a tight back, but they won't say it on some chronic bone spur degenerative joint condition, or they won't say it about cancer. They'll only say it about the simple baby stuff. That's a little easier to be confident in. So they'll say it and then they'll pitch it, but then the next thing they'll do is go ahead and get in the middle of that response of healing, and they'll stop it, or they'll relieve it, or they'll technique it, or they'll gadget it, or they'll supplement it, or they'll cleanse it, or they'll body work it, or it's uncanny. So again, does it make sense? I'm almost going to leave that off the list. Bottom line, this number 2 gig, is it working? Because what works all the fucking time. And if it's not working, your body will let you know. It will let you know perfectly. Not conditionally. Not, well, when my kids are around, I don't seem to, or when my husband is helping, or when I don't have to run 3 businesses, or when I'm not, or when it's summer and I get vacation, or when it's sunny out, or when there's discounts on organic foods, or when they deliver right to my door. Like, there's no conditions, no exceptions, there's nothing. There's no asterisk. If it's working, it works every time, to completion, to the highest level, to where you're going to heal so high your body no longer needs your attention, because that's all it is. Everything is a healing response. Some healing responses you're aware of because the body needs you to be aware of them. Most of them, you're not. They're just automated. Boom, it's constantly going. And then every now and then the body's like, yo, motherfucker, you need to pay attention here. You need to focus on this. I need your attention because I need your help. Because you've got this thing called free will and you're outsourcing it to all these other things except me. The only thing you should be worried about is me, taking care of me. What are you doing? I need you to change. And I'm going to lock you the fuck down, and I'm going to keep you here. I'm going to get you to feel so uncomfortable you have no other options. That's the level of healing I'm talking about. Not managing crises, not managing flare-ups, not managing, well, I am an instructor. I do believe in this, and I have healed, but my trick ankle is blah, blah, blah. Nope. Your ankle should be done. It should be done. And you should be at a level higher than before the injury ever occurred. Chronic or acute, doesn't matter. So again, if it's working, it works every single time for every single population at every point in your life, period. Which is why I don't follow other accounts. Which is why I'm not seeking out the next book. Which is why I threw out all my fucking books. Didn't throw them out because that's like, I gave them to whoever. I don't need them anymore. There's so much book in life, in my cells, in my experience. Jesus. And I keep coming upon more and more that I'm like, oh my God, that's what they're all writing about, but they have to package it to sell it, to make it popular. They have to sell out a little bit so that they don't offend you in some way, or they don't make you accountable or hold you accountable to needing something. They got to sell something, not an idea, not a concept. They got to sell a thing. And I know ideas and concepts are things, so I'm contradicting myself for all you people there. You're just saying I'm contradicting myself because you don't like what I'm saying. You're trying to hold on to that last thing that, again, if it was working, you're not combing Instagram looking for the next best. If it's working, my shit doesn't even faze you. You're just like you won't faze me on some new tactic in life. Like, you can spot bullshit so quickly when you're dialed in. When the stuff's working, when you choose the things that are universally sound and work all the time, The essentials and laws. When you pour yourself into them, all the other stuff, you'll just be like, boom, nope, nope, nope. Like, it's so clear. Some of the stuff's like, I don't know, let's go try that. 6 to 12 months later, Jesus, that was a disaster. Doesn't hold true because of this. And you'll know. Is it working? If it's working, you're not getting pissed off. You're not combing other pages. You're not doubting anything. You are so confident in your approach because it works. You're not standing on this balance beam of life. And I keep saying this balance beam of the holistic, green, functional, integrative, naturopathic, homeopathic, fucking physical therapy bullshit where you got to do all these things and keep all this shit in line. The perfect diet and the perfect release and the perfect body working and the perfect brace and the perfect approach and the perfect technique and the perfect amount of time with the perfect amount of rest with the perfect instructor, with the perfect tribe, with the perfect temperature, with the perfect light. And if it's not perfect, holy shit, you fall off the beam and everything comes apart. That's not healing. That's not holistic. That's not natural. That's not human. That is not the way it works. So don't be getting butt hurt on my posts and being upset if what you're doing is working. So if what I'm contending with and sharing and exposing you're doing and it's working, have at it. If it's not working, if it is working, I should not be able to inflict doubt so easily. I should not be able to upset you so easily. You should just be you don't even see it. You're not even on my page because you're just doing the shit that works, which is life. But if it's not working, or if you're doubting it just a little bit, what's there? What am I saying and how could I possibly say it the way I'm saying it with such certainty? How is it possible? I wonder. Bottom line, you can't lie because your body won't lie. You could tell yourself up and down conferences and books and supplements and oils and techniques and classes and tribes and all this stuff, but your body's going to get your attention and say, you can't lie to us anymore. You're going to have to come out. And that's okay, because at any point in the game, you could be 96 years old and come across this and realize this. Realize that you have life at 96 years old and you can change it all right then and there. You got another infinite amount of years. It's your choice. It's your call. Body's always ready to adapt and change. And if it's true, it'll work. And it'll work every single time. No exceptions, no conditions, no special populations. We okay here? All right. So, upset? Why? What's there? What are you digging around? How could I say the things I'm saying? What accounts do I follow? Where do I get my information? And if you truly are concerned and you have this just like really open, like, oh my gosh, I need, can you explain just a little further? Schedule an info session. Schedule a half hour, an hour with me. Let's jam. The people that are at the end of it, they're like, holy shit. Okay, that's what as they have 50 questions coming at me. Let's go. Again, I will only pick what works. I will only follow what works because I don't want to not work. Selfishly, me first. Got to be me first before you. Otherwise, what kind of practitioner am I? If I'm outsourcing my wins to all these other things there, it's like people put all their stuff into kids and then they're falling apart and dripping all over the place. Like, wait a second. You first. Always you first, then your business. Always you first, then your spouse. Always you first, then your pets. Always you first, then your children. Always you first, then your followers or whatever it is. I will always pick what works. And if it doesn't work, I'll push the shit out of it to see if there's something I'm missing. And if it doesn't work, I'll leave it. Move on to the next thing. Shape it, find it, go. Because what works every single time. Does it make sense and is it working? Leave out the doesn't make sense because everyone's selling that. That's easy. Is it working? No flare-ups. Body knows. Not I'm stronger this year, but everything hurts. I'm stronger this year and I'm able to pick up kids easier and I'm able to walk around, but my elbows are inflamed. I have arthritis in every single joint and I'm herniated back and so I have to wear this brace. I have to do this cream. That doesn't sound like it's working. Keep questioning, keep digging. If I upset you, good. Go see why I did. If you really want to dig down, schedule a friggin' session. I don't know who you are. See you soon. Back to it. Banana peels and plants. What? Oh, and one more thing. It appears, obviously, when I put this video following the last video, that it looked like I was just so disheveled and hysterical after that. But I was just outside in the rain doing some training inputs, some true training inputs, guided by moi, a number of reps to change me per the level of intention that I choose to do today, because I'm preparing for my life, and only I know the interpretation of the forces of what I'm encountering. Whatever's injured me or whatever I plan to encounter, that's why I can only be the only one who trains me, prepares me for this life, and then goes into the other essentials, because movement is the basis for all essentials that you're going to work on. Every single one of them. So if it's not the predominant inputs in your day, the predominant stimulus in your day, you got to check your day. All right. One more thing I will fucking defend till my life exists somewhere else. Why I'm so amplified, passionate about the stuff that doesn't work, the stuff that breaks the rules, the things that I constantly talk about all the time that trigger everybody. What I won't stand for is, as I've said, if it works, it works. The body will not lie. If it is true, if it is an essential, if it isn't a law, it will work without exception in all cases, all populations, everyone, no matter what. When we participate in these things that aren't true, that don't work, and when they don't work and the body reminds us and lets us know that they don't work, the first thing we blame is the body, and that I will not stand for. The next thing we blame is aging. That I will not stand for. And the next thing, in a close first, second, or third, is your kids. And that I won't stand for. So why I'm so passionate about what I'm doing? Why do you think? Where am I coming from? Because the first excuse we use when we don't get to where we want and our healing expressions get bigger and bigger and bigger because the body's fucking perfect and just lets us know perfectly whether we're on board or not, whether we're doing things that are true or not. It will not lie. The stuff that doesn't work, when it doesn't work, we blame body, we blame aging, we blame children. That's not going to fly. Not on this page. So if you don't like that, if you don't contend with that, if you've got a question about that, schedule a fucking appointment and work with me. Talk with me about stuff. Don't frivolously fly off the handle on a comment because you got gobs of time all day while you're doing all your things that seem to be working. That I will not stand for. I will not stand for a blame of the body. The body is absolutely perfect all the time. I will fight to the teeth to defend that principle. The body, number one, belief in something greater than yourself, fuck that. You are the greatest. I changed my 8 essentials. Number one is off. Something bigger than you, there isn't. The bigness is you. The biggest is your body's ability to heal and adapt. Done. The power is you within you. Done. Now to blame aging, decline with age, a certainty? No. Not true. Not how the body works. And then 3, to blame something like a business or a sibling or a spouse or especially your children. Will not stand for it. Not on this page. That's the truth I'm fighting for. That's what I will defend to the nth degree of my being. If you don't dig it, millions of other pages out there I've warned you about, but they'll welcome you. Auto draft, auto supplement, auto fill. All right, back to, you know what this is.